Good morning, River Ridge. I'm Ethan Fernandez.
And I'm Lorelai Higgins, and this is the KORR broadcast for the week of December 9th.
To celebrate the holidays, River Ridge is having a Christmas-themed Spirit Week. Today is Winter Wonderland. Be sure to wear blue or white clothing. On Wednesday is Christmas Pajama Day and the Senior Holiday Movie Night, and it'll be taking place from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Thursday's dress-up day is dress up as a reindeer, present, a festive tree, Santa Claus, or an elf. Friday's dress-up day is Plaid the Halls. Be sure to wear your best plaid outfit.
The Literacy Night event is taking place December 10th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. for a Winter Wonderland extravaganza for students in grade pre-K through 5th grade. May your reading be joyful.
NAHS is hosting a gingerbread decorating contest. Submissions are online, free, and open this Tuesday, December 10th. The contest will close on Friday, December 20th. Winners will be announced on Christmas Day, December 25th.
This Thursday, December 12th, the Literary Society is hosting an after-hours event from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. in the Black Box Theater Room. The event is to commemorate River Ridge's talented writers and poets, as well as having the school's jazz band perform at the event. Tickets are $5 on GoFan or at the door. Come celebrate.
The KORR News Crew participated in the Florida Scholastic Press Association's Fall 2024 Digital Contest for Film Screen Challenge, filming a scene from Shakespeare's playwright Romeo and Juliet. The challenge was awarded All Florida the highest possible award to achieve. Here's the film.
Gregory, on my word, will not carry coals.
No, for then we should be colliers.
I mean, and we being collier will draw.
Aye, while you live, draw your neck out of a collar.
I strike quickly, being moved.
But thou art not quickly moved to strike.
A dog of the house of Montague moves me.
To move is to stir, and to be valiant is to stand. Therefore, if thou art moved, thou runnest away.
A dog of that house shall move me to stand. I will take the wall of any man or maid of Montague's.
The quarrel is between our masters and us, their men.
'Tis all one. I will show myself a tyrant when I have fought with the men. I will be civil with the maids. I will cut off their heads.
The heads of the maids?
Aye, the heads of the maids, or their maiden heads. Take it in what sense thou wilt.
Draw thy tool. Here comes the house of Montagues.
My naked weapon is out. Quarrel, I will back thee.
How? Turn thy back and run.
Fear me not.
No, Mary, I fear thee.
Let us take the law of our sides. Let them begin.
I will frown as I pass by, and let them take it as a list.
Nay, as they dare, I will bite my thumb at them, which is a disgrace to them if they bear it.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb at you, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
Is the law of our side if I say I?
No?
No, sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir. But I bite my thumb.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
But if you do, sir, I am for you. I am as good a man as you.
No better.
Well, sir...
Say better. Here comes one of my master's kinsmen.
Yes, better, sir.
You lie.
Draw, if you be men. Gregory, remember thy washing blow.
Hark, fools! Put up your swords. You know not what you do. What art thou drawn among these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio. Look upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace. Put up thy sword, or manage it to part these men with me.
What? Drawn and talk of peace? I hate the word, as I hate hell, Montagues, and thee. Have at thee, coward!
On November 8th and 9th, All's Well, a steampunk musical, was performed. The director, Mr. O'Hara, gives us an overview of the outcome. Here's what he had to say. When discussing how the performances went, here's what Mr. O'Hara responded with.
I thought the performances went really well. Opening night went really well, and the most important thing for me is that the last show went really well, because that's what you're hoping for, is that the show has a natural progression as far as its quality goes.
As Mr. O'Hara is asked about how he feels the cast did, he answered with this.
Well, I think the cast did really, really well. I mean, they had a huge challenge as far as having to deal with Shakespeare and having a lot of music and dance to have to contend with. But I think one of the best compliments that we experienced during the show was that everybody in the cast made sense with what they were saying, so the audience understood what was going on in the show, which is not an easy thing for Shakespeare.
When asked about how the turnout of the show went, here's what he had to share.
I thought the turnout was particularly good, especially for a show where it's a musical based on a Shakespeare play that not a lot of people would have heard about. And since it was only done at American Stage in St. Petersburg in 1996, there wasn't a lot of name recognition associated with the show. So I thought the turnout under those circumstances were really, really good.
During the process of the musical, Mr. O'Hara explains the issues and setbacks that the production faced.
Well, we had two major ones in the name of Helene and Milton, two hurricanes that came through during our rehearsal process. So we lost pretty much 2 weeks of rehearsal, as well as the paint and set crew losing time as far as getting the set built and painted. But everybody realized what the challenge was that we had ahead, put their heads down, and worked really hard to make sure that everything was done by the time we opened the show.
In response to listing different highs and lows that the musical experienced, here is Mr. O'Hara's answer.
Well, I mean, the ultimate high was doing the show, period. It was a show that I loved a lot when American Stage did it at Demon's Landing in 1996. It was a real great opportunity for me to finally be able to produce this myself, especially with all the obstacles that the cast had to deal with. It was really great seeing them overcome those obstacles and create a great show. Also, the show had been adjudicated for possibly performing at the Florida State Thespian Festival in March, and I think they positioned themselves really well for that to be a possibility. We also had Broadway Stars of the Future, a situation that the Straw Center puts together to recognize the work of high school theater students, and they came out to see the show, and I think they saw a good show as far as that goes. I just think that the low was the obstacle of the two hurricanes and the anxiety that caused the cast and their belief that we may not be able to realize the show as fully as we wanted to, but it ended up that not being the case.
Thank you, Mr. O'Hara.
I had the pleasure of sitting down with Mr. Hall to hear his thoughts on the robotics team and the recent Roboticon event. Here's that interview.
When I asked Mr. Hall what message he wanted to share with students and educators, here's what he had to say.
This is the workforce, and I think some sectors of industry know that right now. We're lucky enough actually to be involved in the Greater Bay Area Manufacturing Association. That brings everybody. I mean, we had a former governor come and speak at the last event that they had, and Florida's up and coming for manufacturing. And even looking at the next 4 years, I mean, we want to produce more things here at home. Like, that's a high school career for students. So it comes down to this moment. So to learn these skills and to help facilitate people entering that world, and again, you know, finding themselves in that, finding their angle, it's so very valuable. So yeah, Florida makes, be a part of it.
When asked how the Royal Robotics team did, here's what Mr. Hall said.
So this time we did make it to the finals. So we finished as the second place alliance, but we fielded 2 robots for the first time in years. I mean, I think since 2018. So by a lot of metrics, this was the most successful we've had. Just the fact that we could push and bring 2 of them and then finish, and both robots did well for what you know, where they came from.
On November 16th, the one-act Painted Rain performed at the district's one-act festival and has been chosen to perform at State. The student director, Elise Marshall, gives her response for the conclusion of the festival. Here is her feedback. As Elise was asked about how the one-act festival went, here's what she had to share.
I think it went really well. I mean, obviously going to States is a big deal, but I mean, that's just our troupe. I think overall the whole festival, everyone really brought their game this year, and yeah, I just think it was overall one of the best festivals we've had.
In response to a question about the ups and downs in the making of the production, this is her answer.
Well, I really did have an amazing cast to work with. Not only that, but crew. Mr. O'Hare was a big help to us, so we were pretty much on highs the whole time. We had a little bit of trouble with obtaining the set, mainly because we had to actually get 2 beds, a wall with a window on it, which was pretty tough at first, but overall it all came together really nicely, and I had a really great time with this cast and just with this production in general.
Thank you, Elise. The River Ridge JROTC held their annual inspection on November 21st, nominating Derek Vetter and Kaylee Butler for being outperformed cadets. Congratulations! Here are a few words to explain the inspection.
On November 21st, our Air Force Junior ROTC held its annual inspection. During this event, 2 cadets truly stood out. Derek Vetter and Kaylee Butler were nominated as outperformed cadets, recognizing their hard work, leadership, and commitment to excellence. Kaylee shared her thoughts on the experience.
So that was our AFJRTC inspection. Every 4 years we are inspected, and it determines if we are able to pass and keep our unit here at River Ridge High School. But now we are being inspected every year, so that was our inspection for this year.
Thank you.
Please join me in congratulating Derek and Kaylee on their outstanding achievements. Let's continue to strive for excellence as a team.
Now on to Jamila and Maddox with our sports agenda.
Hello everyone, I'm Maddox with this week's sports recap. Before going on Thanksgiving break, our River Ridge girls basketball team had their first in-school game ever. The energy felt incredible as we had almost a full gym of students for this game. In my opinion, River Ridge and other schools should try to host events like this more often. Having that many people at one time joined as one to support our teams was amazing. Now on to Jamila with this week's upcoming sports.
Hey guys, I'm Jamila with this week's upcoming sports news. The girls' soccer team will play at home today against Anklote, then travel to Hudson for an away game on Wednesday, December 11th, before playing another game at Wesley Chapel on Friday the 13th. The boys' soccer team is also busy with an away game against Anklote today, followed by home games on Tuesday, December 10th against Eastlake, Wednesday the 11th against Hudson, and Thursday the 12th against Mitchell. For boys' basketball, they will have an away game at Gulf today, an away game at Dunedin on Wednesday, and home game against Sun Lake on Friday. Lastly, the girls' basketball team will host Anklote today, then travel to Wesley Chapel for an away game on Thursday the 12th. Make sure to come out to these games and support our athletes. Now on to Nick with this week's forecast.
My name is Dusty Depot, and welcome back to Pop Culture. Now available on Amazon Prime Video, Red One is an action comedy with a holiday twist. The film stars Dwayne Johnson as the North Pole's head of security, who must team up with Chris Evans, a notorious bounty hunter, after Santa Claus is kidnapped. The two embark on a high-energy, globe-trotting mission to save Christmas. Packed with action, humor, and a bit of holiday chaos, Red One redefines the Christmas movie genre. It's perfect for anyone looking for an unconventional festive film with plenty of thrills. Carry On lands on Netflix on December 13th. This action thriller stars Taron Egerton as Ethan Kopech, a TSA officer who's blackmailed into letting a dangerous package board a flight on Christmas Day. As the situation spirals, Kopech faces increasing pressure to protect the passengers and prevent a disaster. It's a suspenseful, fast-paced movie that combines high-stakes action with the tension of a holiday thriller. Carry On will keep you on the edge of your seat, making it a perfect pick for action lovers looking for a festive twist. Arcane Season 2 continues the thrilling saga of Piltover and Zwan, with stunning animation and deeper storytelling. The stakes are higher as the conflict between the cities intensifies, and the character dynamics, especially between Bee, Jinx, Caitlyn, and Victor, evolve in exciting ways. The series maintains its emotional depth and high-action moments, with Fortitious Studios' animation setting new standards. Fans of the first season will be hooked by the stronger narrative and breathtaking visuals, making Season 2 a must-watch for any Arcane fan. That's all for Pop Culture. Back to you, Ethan and Lorelei.
If you missed any of our QR codes, all links will be provided in the description below.
That's all we have for this week's broadcast. Tune in next week for more River Ridge news, and have a great day.